Hey, hi, Linda. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everyone.
Here we are, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Boy, we got a big show here, don't we? We've got the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society as our guest, and we have Willow on. We've got a good show coming up. So, but before we get started, Linda wanted to do a couple things, and one of the things that caught her eye, caught her attention. Anybody see that running around Facebook? Those 2 dogs were stolen.
Yes, they were. They were last seen at the BNSF Ops building, which is a railroad company, about a mile from the home of these dogs. So what happened was a woman pulled up in a white utility van and put the dogs in her van and left. Even though we're in Missouri and this happened in Texas, we all know that these dogs could just simply wind up anywhere. So we're asking for everyone to share these dogs. I know that the wife is deployed. So she is, overseas, and that's hard enough being away from family. And then she's worried about where her dogs are. So whatever we can do. Ghost is chipped. Maverick is not, but they're always together. And, if anybody, they did pull some video, Steve, of the van, but it was so grainy, they really couldn't get any kind of license plate or anything like that. But these dogs are very much loved and very, very missed. So we asked if everybody could share that flyer, please. It doesn't matter what state you live in. These dogs can wind up anywhere, and they have a family that are waiting for them.
Yes. Boy, I tell you, I can't imagine somebody stealing one of them. First of all, they're not going to steal one of my dogs. They will get eaten. But I just can't imagine that,
No. I mean, if you see the dogs, I mean, I know some people pick them up because they care and they worry that they might get hit or, but if you're going to do that, take them to a vet and have them scanned for a microchip. And if they would have done that, they would have seen that the dog was indeed chipped. So what was this woman's motives? I have no idea, but she needs to know, if she's watching, she needs to know that those dogs are loved and have a family.
Yes. Yes. For some reason, we're not streaming to the group, your group. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that flyer's been running around Facebook. We'll make sure we get it posted.
Yes.
Here in the comments.
Share.
Share.
No matter what state you're in, because they can wind up anywhere.
Yep. And you can share the show while you're at it too.
That's right.
So that's another good way to get it out. They'll be able to hear what Linda had to say. So, all right. Wowzer. So, well, I was talking to Linda. I said, which dog do you want to bring up first? You want to bring ours? You want to bring up GPRS's? She said, whichever ones are harder to hold. So that was kind of unanimous. Probably ought to bring the puppies up, So we made a little video for them. I just kind of blew it out here just a little bit ago. And so we'll play it and we'll bring them up. Wow. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hi, Jessica.
Hello.
I just love your cat with the dog I can't pronounce the name of.
Koth.
Yeah, our cat's name is Koth, and he is such a great foster cat. He loves other dogs, and he's done really good job with these, and they've really grown attached to him. So it's been really cute.
Do you call the other dog Zoe?
We've been called like Salt and Pepper, Zip
Pup,
Tie, Pup Pup. Zoro-ista has been hard, but Zippy's been a little easier for us to catch on to.
Mm.
So we got
She's
people
teething.
saying hi. And
Yeah, so this is Zippy. Zippy is such a great pup. She's teething right now, like all puppies, but she would be such a great dog to any family. She's so sweet and gentle. She's great with cats and children. No guardy issues. Just really an all-around great pup. She loves to play, and she's just would do great with another dog in the home to play with. She's just always got a chew toy and just literally been the easiest pup. So we've been really grateful for her. She's
finding her voice.
yeah, she's finding her voice. She's got a little pep and sass to her, but only the good type. And yeah, she's really sweet, and we've just really enjoyed having her. So she, like I said, she'd be great in any home. Like, she's just really adaptable. So yeah, she's a sweetheart. So we've been, like I said, just really happy to have her.
she's a good looking girl too. Now, does she actually pose for your pictures? It looks like it.
It looks like it. She's a little bit of a model. We gave them baths today for their debut on the show, and they love their bath time, and they do really good. And like I said, she's just tolerant. She's good with anything, and that's been just really nice, coming into our home where we have 3 bigger dogs and the 2 cats, and she's so good with boundaries. Our 15-year-old Newfoundland, he has a perimeter he has with dogs that are allowed to come near him, and she never pushes the boundary, and really respectful of the other dog's space. And yeah, she's done really really well with the different environments. So that's
so somebody's going to hit the jackpot here.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think she would do so well with children, with cats. Like, we've seen, I have similar videos with her with cats. So yeah, she'd just be great.
Right.
Yeah.
See the other one?
So GPRS, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org is where you go to apply. She has her own website too. Every dog there has their own little space in cyberspace.
You're gonna be nice.
Where's the adoption application for her?
I know.
I want her.
Yeah, no kidding. She's
I'm gonna say hi to
beautiful.
everyone.
Now in the video, your cat kind of likes her, huh?
Yeah, so this is Zoro-ista. Zoro-ista is one of the most gentle, chill couch potato dogs. Like, she likes playing with the other dogs, but she'll just go lay in the kennel by herself, like with the door open. She does whatever she'll just lay outside by herself, just the most relaxed dog. The only thing that we're working on with her is she can be a little resource guardy of her food and bones, and sometimes a little bit with her people. So that is something we would want her new owner to know to work through with her, that she would need some training on that. And we're, really working. We've seen a lot of improvement in the last few weeks. So I think she'll, hopefully be able to work through those issues, but very gentle. We've had her around, like the cats, you saw the video, and the other dogs, and she does really, really well. So,
Jessica, could you just go back for a minute? You said that she resource guards her fecal matter?
Just her food, and then for us. So if she's laying on our lap or something and another dog comes up, she'll get a little mouthy, but just food, and then just us for the most part, and then any bones.
I thought I heard you say she resource guarded her poo.
Oh no, thank goodness, no.
I was gonna say, like, you need Roman now.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what did I just hear here? That would be the first for that one, but okay.
No issues with that, thankfully.
Thankfully. So how are they doing on housebreaking?
So both of the dogs are completely potty trained. We typically we work from home, or we have to go into the office for a few hours a week, and they're left maximum 3 hours a day. We never have any accidents. The minute we open the door, they go out and go potties. I think we've had one accident in the last 2 weeks, and we've almost had them a month. Both potty trained, so smart. Like, we've been working with both of them on different commands, and they're grasping it really fast. These are really smart dogs. And even this one, even though she can be resource guardy, when I say this dog is pulling at my heartstrings, I want her so bad, but I have 3 dogs. She is the most loving dog, and just really relaxed and sweet. And when we get in bed in the morning, she just cuddles. And yeah,
I think maybe
this one's gonna make me cry.
I think somebody that has a cat rescue might do good with her.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she loves cats. Her and the cats just, I mean, you saw the pictures, but they snuggle, they relax together.
The cat was grooming her.
Yeah, she cleaned her ears today. Like, literally, like, got in and like she got a full spa day.
So there you go, folks. If you have a cat, you can save on a groomer. So GreyPyreneesRescueSociety.org. That's where you go to. And how do you pronounce her name again? Zoro-ista?
Yeah, Zoro-ista. Yeah, and she's on their webpage. So, yeah, if anyone's interested, they should definitely apply.
And you're way up there in Washington, right?
Yep, we're in Washington. Also, GPRS does have other pups available, Z pups that are available too on their website. So everything is listed on there. Such a wonderful organization. We've been really lucky to be fosters for them. So lots of different dogs available. These are just the pups we have that are looking for a home. We've had them just about a month now. So they're excited to kind of get into their new routine. So we're going to miss them, but we hope that they find their new home soon.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. We're going to get the blooper reel ready, right?
Yeah.
All right. GreyPyreneesRescueSociety.org, just like it's written right there. And they have more than just that. They have a ton of puppies. Okay.
No.
Yes.
They have a ton of.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So, and you guys are getting congratulated on your fostering by the Great Pyrenees Society.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been so fortunate. It's our first one.
Our foster virginity.
We're trying to just not foster fail. So we're just trying to hang in there.
That Zoro-ista is kind of going to be difficult, huh? To not foster fail on. Look at her.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, she's really
awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And now, can you imagine if she had Zippy's personality? That would be the perfect dog.
The perfect dog. Like, if you could just make them one. But Zippy, honestly, is all around a perfect dog. Like, the easiest dog. I think I just like a dog with a little bit of issues. All my dogs, I feel like, need just like a little bit of training. But yeah, I think she'll really work through it. It's just going to take a little time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for fostering.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on our show.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. This is amazing. Thanks for having us.
Paws crossed.
So like I said, I'll just move you over to the side. And,
okay.
And we're going to bring ours up now. Okay. So our little girl here is she's just a real beautiful girl, and the video kind of speaks for itself. Here we go. wow. Hi, Rosanna.
Hi.
That
Hi,
is,
Rosanna.
I'll tell you what,
Oh, yeah.
some of those pictures like that one,
Yeah, she's a beauty.
never guessed she was 3 years old and not just a couple months old.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She
just a
is.
great dog.
So what can you tell us about her? The video said she has a little quirk.
She does. She doesn't like other dogs very much. She's having some trouble there with strangers, just people. It takes a little bit for her to get comfortable with people, but she's getting better with that too. So we have to walk her in a certain area where we have plenty of room to spread out in case there is another dog. And she does really well. We can distract her. If there's enough distance, we can distract her really well.
And so it's the leash.
Yes.
Okay. And you've been working really hard on that, haven't you now?
We have. There have been quite a few things we've had to work with her on. But she is really, really smart. So she picks up really quickly. And she's really good with treats. So it's easy to work with her and try to train her on certain things because treats work really great with her. And she's just the most lovable dog that you've ever seen. She's all cuddles and she just wants to lay on your lap. And yeah, I know. And
She's bigger than Rosanna.
she is.
And she's bigger than Rosanna. Now you said she doesn't get along with other dogs. Well, how do you explain that?
I don't believe she was socialized. So I think she's afraid of a lot of things like other dogs. She has this really weird fear of storm drains for some reason. So there's a lot of weird things she just doesn't like. It comes across as aggression, but she's not an aggressive dog. I think she's scared.
She's definitely a communicator.
Yes, she is.
She comes across the storm drain. She tells you, Mom,
she don't like it.
Something happened to me in the past around the storm drain.
Yes.
How does she do with you have a resident Great Pyrenees, don't you?
I do. It took them a while actually to get along. So we had to
They did.
Yes. And so they resource guard. So we had to split them up where they eat. So one of them eats on one level of the house, the other one eats at the other level of the house, and they are very happy that way. And as long as we keep them separate like that, they do just fine.
That's good.
And now they play. They were kind of not that friendly with each other. It took quite a bit of work, but now they run outside and they play and just chase each other. Willow loves to tease Blitz. So if he's laying on one of the dog beds, she'll go kind of tap him like this until Blitz just decides to get up and run away. And then she takes his bed. So
she just wants the bed.
Yes. So
only because he's laying on it.
Yes.
I get it. Okay.
She's a little bossy. She likes to be in charge.
Now, one of the things that she has been having an issue with is like people on bicycles. And looks to me like you're starting to do a pretty good job here.
She did really well. We took her out there. So there's a trail a little further back where that bike is. And we're in the parking lot area. And so it gives us plenty of room to kind of have her see the things that bother her, but they're not so close that she has a meltdown. So it's a really good place for her to just experience those things that she's afraid of.
Right. And that's what it's about, is she's afraid of it. And
yes.
And she can't go figure out if she doesn't have to be afraid of it because we have a problem here. They're humans and she's barking at them. They don't want anything to do with her.
Right.
So now you got you started working on the threshold stuff with her, on keeping her in her threshold. Then you started moving the threshold in some areas, didn't you?
Yes.
Because you have a decoy dog, a stuffed dog, right?
Yes.
Good.
We have that as well. Yes.
And how's that working out?
It is going well. She didn't react to the decoys like she does to dogs, but it did help us quite a bit to kind of figure out how far away we need to keep her from the real dogs.
Good.
So that's very helpful.
And some dogs may not react and some dogs do. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I set one up out in the fenced area one time, and the Anatolian Shepherd I was working with made a beeline as soon as he noticed it. Made a beeline to the dog and sniffed the stuffed dog's butt. Yeah, sniffed the butt. So you know why? Because butts don't bite, and he knew that. So GpRescue.com, Willow's stuff there. What kind of home is she going to need? Is she ready for adoption?
I don't think she's ready just yet. I think we need to work with her a little more, so she is not as afraid of strangers. So I think she needs a little more work with that before she goes to a home.
Okay.
She'll be adopted out with special requirements and additional requirements, Steve.
Yes.
She won't have the standard requirements that we ask. She'll have a little more in there.
So there's a little quirk she has, and keep in
Yes.
mind that's all it is. That's all. I mean, this is she can do it.
Yes.
She can do this. Now, if Roman or I wanted to adopt her, would she be adoptable?
Oh, yes. Definitely.
I think Linda really loves this dog too. She's beautiful. So,
Well,
She is.
but now she's made great strides elsewhere too. She has a friend now with Blitz. So
She does, yes. So it just takes her a little bit of time to get used to another dog. But if she has someone who's patient enough to work with her and just help her get to know the other dog, she does really well actually with other dogs.
now I want to tell the folks that are watching a couple things. That number one, Rosanna lives alone. She didn't have any help on introductions. Okay, and she still has all of her animals alive, and she's alive, so that must have been okay. She must have figured it out. So
Yes.
yes, that she is a beauty. Okay.
She's gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we've got somebody that says is tagging somebody for Willow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I know.
and Steve, I want to add too, Rosanna is an excellent foster because a lot of times when dogs become challenging, like Willow, they tend to give up. It's too much for them. They can't handle it. Rosanna has never once given up or given in. I'm sure it becomes frustrating, but she's never once talked to us about taking her back or not working with her. So I really, truly appreciate my fosters, and Rosanna is one of the best.
Absolutely. And we also appreciate all puppy fosters too, because that's not an easy job. And we didn't know that Willow was going to be, like this, because we were told that she was surrendered to the shelter because her former mom grew allergic to her.
She was allergic.
Yeah. So it is what it is. And Rosanna's doing a great job here.
Yes.
She's doing amazing.
Mhm.
And, so GpRescue.com, if you want to sponsor Willow, she sure could use a hand with that too. Okay?
Mhm.
Wow, she sure is a good looking girl.
She
really
is.
And I was trying to get Jessica to bring the cat up. The cat that was grooming Zoro-ista. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, here you go. He's right here to steal the show.
All right. There's the famous cat that was grooming the dog in the video.
He loves
My
dogs.
buddy.
So you need an orange cat to
Look at that
adopt her.
face.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, I had to. We're bringing Willow back.
That's it, no more.
So let me see. Okay. Now, so you mentioned some special restrictions or however you put that. So basically, we need some good experience and somebody that's willing to learn with behaviors like this. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not going to send her somewhere for someone to send her back.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
my
we're not
dog
in the habit
reverts
of
back. She reverts back and then she's traumatized and
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. So
So I'm going to ask Rosanna if it's possible if she brings Blitz up. I want to say hi to him.
Oh, yes. Blitz. Come here, Blitz. Come here, Blitz.
She got a
Come on,
gorgeous boy.
Come on.
Hear him? I hear him, but don't see him.
Oh, my
now
God.
you hear mine.
Now, Rosanna, before you had Willow, had you ever experienced behavior like that? Out of the dog. Oh, she might have gotten unplugged. Oh, she got muted. There you
There
go.
she
You're,
is.
you're muted. I think Blitz muted you. There you go.
He did. This is Blitz right here.
So he can
So-
type and everything.
Yes, he can. So Blitz did have some issues with like bicycles, cars. So we did have some issues with him when we first
Okay.
got him. So it's
So you had some experience with Blitz before you got Willow.
yes.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, that's not good that we didn't know about that. All right.
No, but it did take him a little bit. Willow has taken a little bit longer, but her experience was completely different from Blitz's when he was when I adopted him.
Yep,
So
I understand.
the Blitz was similar. He also had a couple of similar issues, but
There he is.
there he is now.
And
he's-
now they protect together. You got the safest house in the neighborhood.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
GpRescue.com. Blitz is not available for adoption.
No, he's not.
It's Willow. She might get
Willow.
upset.
Yes.
But maybe if you get lucky, we can see if maybe the cat can go with Zoro-ista. No, I think they just thought about it and said no. So you have to have your own cat first. Okay, so now we wanted to cover something for us. Are you okay staying up and watching the rest of the show, or is your schedule going to allow it, Rosanna, or do you want me to put you down back in the green room?
No, I can watch it.
Okay, all right, because we like to see Willow too.
Yeah.
So, well, we made a little video here, I don't know, a week or so ago, and I'm going to play this, and then I think Linda wants to talk about it. Wow. Ain't that something? Isn't Rue something now? She spins around in circles on command.
Yes, Rue's in her new home tonight.
Yes, she is. She got moved. This is a situation here that it's not just with Great Pyrenees Rescue in Missouri. I think Melise and the folks at Great Pyrenees Rescue Society will support this. Montana will support it. Colorado's going to support it. There are more dogs coming in than we have people for. And you saw the mama dog and her son. They just packed up and moved and left them. Okay. We didn't have any. We didn't have a spot for them. Marigolds up in Indiana, and her dad is very, very sick, and he's declining quickly. Right, and so that's the medical side. Because we got people that dump their dogs out of convenience. Now we couldn't take Marigold when we needed to for medical. Okay. And we need some help. If anybody's ever on the fence about fostering, now's the time to try it out. Okay. You got anything to add to that, Linda?
Yeah. You know, we definitely need fosters. We get at least 30 calls, between calls and emails, messages. Reagan worked it out today. It's at least 30 notifications a week, where we need, you know, dogs that we need to take in. And it's a nationwide thing. It's not just Missouri, even though Missouri is hurting very, very badly for fosters. We are closed for intake. You know, I get asked all the time to take dogs, and as much as I want to, I just can't. I don't have the funding. I don't have the fosters. I don't have the room. So we, you know, if you ever thought about fostering, now is the time, because I can tell you dogs are dying in large numbers across the country. We need to have more fosters. Everyone does. Even for myself, adoptions are down. You know, I understand that there's an increase. I mean, gas and food, and, you know, everybody's hurting in some way, but I can tell you our dogs are really, really hurting.
They're hurting worse than we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard for us because, you know, I just put a plea out there. Please, people, stop breeding. Please stop breeding. We cannot keep up. And it's literally, you know, I said this in a chat today. I said, it's literally killing us emotionally, physically, you know, financially. It's, if you're going to breed dogs, then do it the right way. You know, there is good breeding, but all these backyard breeding, and these dogs just go to whoever, and then they wind up in shelters and humane societies. People, they're gonna fall into the wrong hands. They're gonna die. You know, there's a very, very, very bad ending for these dogs. Please stop breeding. We cannot keep up. It's becoming worse than I've ever seen, Steve. I mean, just so bad. And not just for me, for everyone. I know Melise can touch on that. You know, Carol, we're all feeling it. And we go to bed with that because we can't help them. Yeah. And we're the ones that hear about it. You know, I can tell you about it, but I'm hearing it. And when I have to say no, and when I have to turn that dog down, and I have no room for them to go, I worry about where they wind up.
A lot of times it's not a good ending. So now,
most times it is not. Now,
fostering. We happen to have a foster here that has a dog that has been difficult. I'm going to ask Rosanna and be true. What's your experience like for fostering for the Great Pyrenees Rescue of Missouri? Oh, you're muted. Blitz muted you again. There we go.
Hi. It's been very rewarding. Working with Willow has been difficult, but seeing how she's improved since we got her is really rewarding. And she's a really, really wonderful dog. And I wouldn't be able to, I don't see how people can give her away and send her to a shelter where she's going to be euthanized. She's just such a great dog. Very lovable, loving, sweet dog. She just needs a little extra attention, right. Extra love and training. Right. And it's been wonderful to work with her.
And has the rescue been there? If you ask for something, they get
definitely. Yes, I have reached out to Reagan, and if I had questions or problems, sometimes I don't know what to do, so I have to reach out and ask for suggestions or recommendations, or what do I do because she's acting this way or that way. Mm-hmm. And it's been very helpful to have someone who actually can tell me what to do, or give me some videos, or tell me who to talk to. So that's very, very helpful.
And always remember that, folks. If she's a foster, if she doesn't know why the dog is doing this, she reaches out and asks for advice. Mm-hmm. You have to reach out. The rescue doesn't know if you don't tell the rescue. Now I'm going to bring Jessica up, and now I'm going to ask her the same question with Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. Now this is the first time you fostered for this rescue, and you had 2 puppies. How was your experience with the rescue?
It's been really good. There has been so much support, and with it being our first time, and we haven't had puppies in a long time, so whenever we've reached out, and it's been to like our foster mentor, to the screeners, everyone has been so helpful. On the Facebook group page, we've learned a lot from other people, so it's been wonderful. Like, we feel really lucky, and everyone's been so nice and helpful. So yeah, it's been a great experience, and we're looking forward to continue fostering. So this is just the first time, so we're excited for hopefully many more to help make a difference.
Awesome. All right. And they transported those 2 to you from Texas, right?
Yeah, they did. And we met them in Ellensburg and picked up the pups, and we've had them. And yeah, I can't say enough great things. We have felt really supported, and yeah, we're just really excited to help find them good homes. And, as soon as we find them new homes, we want to get another one. We really are leaving that open spot in our home for another dog with just being a foster. So we just want to keep helping, and, instead of getting another dog, just leaving that place open.
Good. Thank you. So there's 2 fosters, 2 different rescues with similar experiences. They've got a bunch of support. And so if you've never fostered and you think you might not be able to do it, you're not in it alone. All right. There's 2 of the rescues that Rosanna said that was true. And Jessica said that with GPRS says, and I happen to know with Montana, they've got support. Colorado, now, Colorado, they're facility based, but she does do medical fosters. She was talking about getting some fosters possibly this year in the summer, maybe. So we'll see. But still, we need them because same situation. So now we have another foster over here. Roman's actually fostering. Okay. And how is your experience fostering with the organization you're fostering with?
You're muted,
You're
Roman.
muted, Marlon.
Here we go.
There
Now
we
I'm
go.
unmuted. Yeah, I work with Rock Valley Humane Society, which is a no-kill, and they had a very special case with a dog who has been in a very complex situation. Don't want to more details. And so that dog has been about 6 months in veterinary care, and from there the dog came with several behavior issues, especially around other dogs. And so we had to work all the way backwards, healing trauma, working with the dog in social settings. Obviously, the dog was never in the house before. And so they were very supportive, just like you guys are very supportive. In fact, they did a fundraiser and put together $7,000, actually $13,000 total, set up 120 square foot shelter,
A dog house.
a cabin, yeah, with outside kennel run and etc. etc. So I can work with the dog in real house conditions.
That's support.
Okay, and the dog was successfully adopted out twice.
So if you're on the fence, maybe you can't handle it. The organizations that you foster for are there. You're not in it alone. And all you have to do is send a message, call them, drive to them, whatever, an email. They're going to support you in whatever it takes.
I've been at the other end too, working for a rescue for many years. Well, actually, I paid all my bills plus their bills. I paid the vet bills, never got money back. And as a trainer, we live from referrals, right? And never got a referral either. So,
all right. So, Linda.
Yes.
Now, with Great Pyrenees Rescue in Missouri, now this may not hold true for other rescues. Now, this is dedicated to Great Pyrenees Rescue in Missouri. What do you expect out of your fosters? I know they got to take a dog into their home, but what all do they got to do? They got to buy food, or do they have to pay anything? Take them to the vet with medical? You're shaking your head.
They do not have to pay for anything. They don't have to pay for food. They don't have to pay for medical. They don't have to pay for preventatives. The rescue takes care of all of that.
Right. Now you do have some that do it anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they called me and say, "Hey, Linda, I want to buy dog food this week or this month," I'm like, "Hey, go ahead." Save the rescue some money. but yeah, I mean, and myself as the founder, I mean, my fosters can call me on my private cell phone anytime, 7 days a week. I'm here. And if there's ever a problem or an issue, or someone is not feeling well, or we're having a behavioral issue, give me a call. Give Reagan a call. Reagan is my partner in the rescue, and she'll direct you in the same way that I would. And that's how we work it. The dogs are very, very close to us.
Yes. So there you go. Foster, as you go to GpRescue.com, you fill out the app, you fill out the foster form. If you don't qualify, don't get mad.
Yeah.
It's nothing
I
personal.
get tired of those emails.
I mean, if you don't have a fence, fill it out anyway. One of these dogs on the waiting list may not need a fence, or maybe a fence, they'll just go over it and we don't want them in a fence.
Yeah. I mean, I would add that, just because it says a requirement that we need, fencing, we do have some dogs that are leash walked only. We could have a young pup that has like Delta Dawn, who had a broken pelvis and needed to be crated and walked on a leash. So, don't feel bad about not having a fence. I mean, if we don't have a dog at that time that would fit you, it doesn't mean that we're going to just dismiss your application. We won't do that. Now, if you don't have a good vet record, and you don't take your own dogs to the vet, that's a different story. But, as far as fencing goes, just give it a try and see what we have.
Yes. Now, Ruth has a question. She wants to know if Pennsylvania is too far away to foster.
Yeah. It is a little too far for us.
It's a transportation problem.
It really is.
Because we can't reliably do the transport. We can do transport. I mean, we've gone to Maryland before, okay, but we can't reliably do it. And if something happens, we're kind of far away, although you're closer to me than anybody. Ruth has a Great Pyrenees that I gave her a couple of tips on, and she said that I ruined her dog because now she likes her husband more than her. So anyway, thank you for the offer. Now you do have the Western Pennsylvania Great Pyrenees Rescue out there. So I mean, you can foster for them. It doesn't have to be for us. They're in the same boat we are.
Yeah.
So,
it's another thing I want to add too, Steve. I got a call today where a dog was rescued from a shelter, and I won't even say where, but the shelter did not give the correct information on the dog. And this person adopted the dog and now, of course, has issues. So what I can say about our rescue is that I do not have people that screen my adopters. I personally screen my own adopters. So they have to have interviews with me, multiple interviews. And I need to know that you're going to be the right family for one of my dogs. Now, with that said, this person that called me today reached out to the shelter and explained the situation and wanted to return the dog, and was told that if she did, the dog would be euthanized.
She said, "Oh no, you don't. You're not.
Come on, don't do that. I mean, so be a responsible rescue. And if you adopt out your dog and they want to return the dog for whatever reason they have, take your dog back.
Yes.
Take your dog back.
You committed. Stay committed.
I don't want my dogs to wind up just anywhere. I need to know where my dogs are at all times, adopted and not adopted.
Yeah. I believe, Claude, you might be right.
Big Fluffy is one of the best rescues out there.
Yes, it is. And they're a big one too. There's another rescue full of support. Okay. Jean does a good job.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. So by the way, that lady they're talking about, she gets to keep her dog. All right. Because we're going to work her through it.
Yes.
So,
and she really appreciated that, Steve. I mean, she appreciated a rescue. Actually, even though I told her we were closed for intake, she appreciated the fact that we sit and listen to her, and we help her through her issues. We want to keep your dog in the home. Great Pyrenees are our breed, and we want all the best for them, no matter what it is, no matter where they are. So she was so appreciative of the fact that you would work with her on that. So, you know,
Yeah, and that's fine. That's what we do.
yes,
We don't want you to go to a lab rescue and ask for help with the Great Pyrenees. Okay,
no,
that just doesn't make sense. And so when she found out that she wasn't taking that dog back to shelter, the first thing she did was she reached out to a rescue that specialized in her breed.
hmm
So, yeah, wow. Now, fostering GpRescue.com, there's nothing ever personal. Okay, nothing is ever if you and there's also times that say that you got something wrong. Linda makes suggestions on how to make it right if it's something like that happens. So, I mean, just give it a shot. If you're on the fence, I'll tell you what, rescues couldn't need your help. Shelters need your help. Humane societies need your help. If you live in Nebraska, go to Nebraska Rescue and so on and so forth. Shelter anywhere, they need help.
hmm
Now with us, we're not contracted to the county. We don't take in strays, but shelters are usually contracted through the county, and they must make a spot for a stray. And if there's no spots, the biggest dogs they have are the first to something have a bad ending. So now
I did want to let everybody know too, Steve, that Rue is in her, because we are still getting applications. Rue is in her adoptive home.
yay.
So, and she's doing wonderful, by the way. I know that I text Chris, my adopter, a lot, asking her how she's doing, but she, I said to Chris today, and I know Chris is watching, I said, everything that we did for her shows now, because
Yes.
she's just doing wonderful. I mean, she's eating great. She's playing. She's, running up and down the steps. And just remember, just a few short months ago, this poor baby had to be carried everywhere,
That's right.
so
Absolutely.
she's doing
Okay.
great.
So what do you think, Linda? You want to do a giveaway?
Sure.
All right, everybody.
What are we giving away?
We're going to give away a martingale collar. All right. A dog. There we go. We'll give away. We'll give away a martingale. I was going to say.
All right. Sounds good.
Very smart. You type in hashtag GPRM into the comments. Okay. And let me get this thing started here. There we go. Now it's collecting. So type in hashtag GPRM and you get a chance to get picked to win a martingale collar. Okay. Nancy, do it again. I may not have had that thing fired up when you typed it in. So do it again. So now, if it's all right here, I'd like to bring Roman up and I want to address something. Okay. And this is something that's not just puppies. Okay. We have a 3-month-old puppy. Lovely, beautiful, that the cat licks on her and she licks on the cat, but yet feels the need to get snarfy over her food. And she even eats out of the wrong side of the bowl, the far side of the bowl. What can be done about something like that quickly, Roman?
Well, let me give you an example. I stopped at a coffee shop the other day and I wanted to get a coffee. And I see the barista write my name on it, put the coffee on the bar, and another guy comes up and wants to reach out to my coffee. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? And it's like, picking up my coffee. And that's not your coffee. And so we have a kind of little argument. And, I'm not feeling well in the morning without my coffee. So I basically resource cut my coffee. I didn't have anything personal with the bear, but I needed my coffee in the morning. And that's why I did more resource cutting over my coffee. Where I'm going with this, that dogs, early puppies, may have experiences in the early puppyhood where their parents resource guard food. And so they'll learn that this behavior is appropriate. And so they learn that if dog's coming up to you, that's what you do. You resource guard. And it looks a certain way. You growl, you have this facial expression. So they imitate their parents. Now, we get a dog from the rescue. We don't know the background. We likely assume that's what's likely to happen. So we had a dog that actually showed the puppy what to do around food. Now, some dogs take it the one way, some other dogs take it the other way. So even if we have same dogs from the same litter, doesn't mean that both dogs do the same thing the parents did. That's one point that we have to look for. The second point that usually happens is, and very common in at least my online practice, is that people call me and tell me about the dog being aggressive and reactive. And then if you ask them how many times they're feeding the dog, you will surprise people barely feed twice the puppy. And they think, well, the puppy doesn't eat all the food. It's because the belly is small and he cannot eat so much food. So we need to stick to the 4 times feeding schedule until the puppy is 4 months old, and going down to 3 times um, until the puppy is 6 months old.
Okay. And there's an
And
update.
cool.
Mhm.
Now, one other thing that we see very often is that the setting is strange. So puppies get overwhelmed with having too many people or too many situations around them, and they naturally get reactive or resource cutting. Resource cutting is a natural behavior. Okay, it comes naturally. All the animals have resource cutting, including ants. Try to reach out to an ant. What's going to happen? It's going to burn or bite. So from that perspective, we want to make sure that if a puppy shows this kind of behaviors, we need to be very careful how we respond to that. Try to lecture the puppy. No, don't do that, because he growled at us actually confirms how dangerous we are. If we try to feed the puppy by hand while the puppy is afraid of our hands, then we actually condition the puppy that we are forcing the puppy into a handling that he doesn't like. So we have to be very careful. So the idea, if it's a puppy growls at you for reaching out to his food, then take his food away or feeding him by hand, is a wrong suggestion. Okay, whoever tells you that, give them my name. They can call me and talk about it. Right now, I am a complex trauma survivor, and I would not sit with my abuser at the same table, no matter how hand feeding he will do to me. Period. Now, if you want to change your dog's emotional state, what he's thinking about you're going to do, and I'm explaining that in that case, before a dog shows a behavior, he has a thought. There's a trigger that triggers a thought, and the thought comes up with an emotion. The emotion is being expressed by a behavior. So if a dog thinks you're up to something bad, then he naturally has a bad emotion about that, and he naturally doesn't like you doing that. And then you confirm it by doing it, taking the ball away, feeding your dog by hand, etc., etc. So what we want to do is we want to change the dog thoughts about what we are here to do. So instead of being the taker, I want you to be the giver. You want to give her all these opportunities. So while your dog is eating, and somebody did some homework, I think it was Rosanna with a threshold. We need to find out the threshold the dog feels uncomfortable. So as your dog is eating and you go closer, suddenly the dog changes a certain behavior. And if you guys don't know what this behavior look like, there's a very good book. It's called Doggy Language. I highly recommend. I'll put the link in the segment, where you actually see exactly how it looks like. Each dog a little bit different, but usually they look the same. Now, as soon as we see any type of change of behavior, you stop right there. Remember that spot, take a treat and toss it to your dog and walk away. Next time, the same thing. You go closer, you see the dog on the football. It's like, oh, here it comes again. And you're like, I remember that. Thank you for telling me. Here, get another treat. Thank you for telling me that you feel discomfort. So we want to reinforce the dog to show you this behavior that tells the dog or to you that I don't feel comfortable. I appreciate it. I'm not punishing. I'm not correcting him. I'm not it, right? I appreciate it. So I'm giving him a treat. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is that, and I don't want to put something in there. People says, well, you're enforcing the dog's reactivity. No, I'm reinforcing the dog's wrong thought. No, I'm changing his thought, because now all of a sudden, if I show up the next time, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to get a treat again. Exactly. But you didn't show the weird behavior that gets you another treat, right? And the dog is like, oh, that's what we do. So if I stop, I get a treat. Exactly. Which means
Now, Roman, does this go for both human and dog, dog on dog?
no, that's a different part. So we talk about dogs, because dogs to dogs have usually their own language, and some
Mhm.
dogs don't speak that language. So it's more complex to do. So we need to kind of go another round about that. That's a whole segment on its own. So once we secure that part, that distance, then we show the dog the treat. And if the dog still is loose and calm and not stressed, we make a step forward and then toss in the treat. So what we do now, we neutralize that area that the dog accepts us of feeling safe. So we make that safety bigger and bigger and bigger while we are coming closer and closer and closer.
Moving the threshold.
Exactly. But we're changing the dog's expectations. What's going to happen? And as soon as we see the dog is checking in on us, we start giving the dog a cue for that. Hey, I got another treat. So if the dog looks at you, he wants another treat, he gets another treat. Now, further down the road, and I'm not giving instructions because each case individually, you will be able to add another food to your dog existing food bowl because your dog knows exactly what's going to happen. You have something more of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back to Linda's question, what happens with dog-to-dog reactivity? This is something that we need to look for the dog's body response to that. Okay. So if a dog has trauma, for example, again, the example of parents being aggressive towards the puppies, because some dogs are not born good parents. Parenting is a learned behavior, right? And so if the parents don't have idle, or how you call it, another dog to look for that parenting skills, the dogs will not learn it. So you might end up 3-4 generations with a mother that doesn't know how to parent her puppies, and eventually kill them or harm them. And so we take them away. Sometimes we see that. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to desensitize the dog on the presence of something that looks like another dog. And a fake dog will be very helpful. So you get different sizes of fake dogs and place them in a long distance, just being present. So even though that's a very sensitive process, because you can overwhelm the dog and actually do more harm, I would not go further down and explain to you all these details because somebody will try to do that. These kind of behaviors, if you have any type of resource guarding or any type of aggression in early puppyhood, it can be totally addressed until about 6-7 months old. Okay. If the puppy is older and you still have the same problem, the things are being more complicated. So I would suggest if you see any types of resource guarding, don't try to punish it, don't try to change it right away. Ask for help so we can put together a treatment plan and make that not becoming a trauma experience and not getting harmed, because it should be a long-term solution, not a short-term solution. And even if
Okay.
the dog doesn't show aggression to you, he may show aggression to somebody else.
Right.
All right.
So thank you, Roman.
Thank you, Roman.
And also, too, everybody, you got to remember that Roman and I have both run into situations that we get called in for food, for guarding their food aggression, they would call it. And as it turns out, in the end, the food really didn't have anything to do with it. It was something different, and food just happened to be there. But anyway, all right, hashtag GPRM. Let's get them in there, and we'll have the drawing here in a second. It's almost time to go home. Oh, I wouldn't mind.
And Jessica, if you want, you can reach out to Roman. He can help you with the puppy resource guarding issue.
Okay.
Wonderful. That would be, we'd be thankful for that. We're not 100% sure how to address that. So even what you said really made a lot of sense. So thank you for taking the time to explain that, and we'll reach out.
The puppies are with the rescue, Roman.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
GPRS.
I don't remember people's name.
Right. All right. So yeah. And Sam, he said he'd talk about that. That's a different situation. So, all right, we're gonna do our drawing. I'll give you about, I don't know. Let me give you another 5 seconds. Let's get it in. Hashtag GPRM. Put it in the comments, and we have a brand new, still in the package, martingale collar. We do have different sizes, so.
Steve, before we end the show tonight, also, can you run that lost post again, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And it should be right about there.
There we go.
Those dogs were stolen. Now it was a white van, so who knows where they are right now. Okay.
Mhm.
This is why we're talking about it in Missouri, because we're talking to Montana, we're talking to Colorado, we're talking to Texas, we're talking to Missouri, we're talking to Virginia. Okay, so we stream to all these places, and we can get the word out that way if people watch. So, but you can't. I mean, we've even got good pictures of the dogs. Okay, this one looks like Bernese Mountain Dog, possibly, right, Linda?
Yeah. Yeah.
And somebody is really, really beside themselves, and they are protecting us. She's in the military.
Yes.
Somebody stole her dog. So that's, I don't care who you are, that's just not right. All right. So, wow.
Whoever stole that dog is for sure satellite will watch you.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, how can she share that last one? Where is that on Facebook, Linda? Is it on?
I can share it. We'll share it on the All About Dogs page. You can share it from there.
Okay.
We'll put in some more pictures and information in there, Chris, and you can share it from there. I asked that everyone share it so we can get these dogs back to their family.
Mhm.
So dog kidnapping is a thing lately, and
Mhm.
only a fence yard will help you better.
Mhm.
Electric collars doesn't help. Okay, shock collars don't help, and supervising your dog is helpful.
Kathy?
Mm.
We
Okay, we
love
ready
to
for our
see-
drawing, Steve?
Yeah, I accidentally muted my mic. Sorry. So yeah, we are ready for the drawing.
Okay.
And we're going to get the screen up here so everybody can see it. Okay. And how cool is this? I just love StreamYard, you know, and we can even get little. We can do anything we want here. So, all right, everybody, here we go. Good luck, everyone. And it's rolling and rolling. Who's going to win tonight? Nancy, you got to stop entering.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nancy. She's cheating somehow. I gotta have to get a hold of StreamYard, see if they know her. Nancy's in Colorado, and she deserves the collar just like everybody else. She has peers too. All right. She's a very, very commended volunteer to the Peer Rescue and Sanctuary. And thank you, Nancy, for entering the drawing, and you get the collar. So, and you will have to send me your information on where to send it to. That's all I ask. So that's it for tonight. Boy, what a good show. I actually hadn't planned on bringing Roman up about the puppy, but I was looking at the clock and we had time. So that was good. Roman is, he has the holistic dog training and he's very good. He's in Oregon, Eugene to be exact, right? And,
Yep. But I
so-
work remotely, so distance doesn't really matter.
and he is a holistic behaviorist and he's a trainer. And for those of you that don't know Roman, okay. So, all right. Well, we're gonna call it a night, and everybody take care. Give your dog a little pet. Don't hug them. They don't like to be hugged usually. Okay. Some are exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, they do.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for
Good night.
joining.
Bye.